Hey there, everyone. It's Jason with Infinity Property Group at Keller Williams Realty. The days are getting shorter and it's a little colder out now, and it's a great time to start getting your property ready for the change in season. Actually, if we were smart, we started about a week or two ago. So I just going to give some tips on things that you should be looking at to get your house and your property ready for the change in season. So one of the first things I do is I examine the roof and the downspouts of our home. I don't like getting up there too often because it is kind of high. So when I get up there, I like to make sure that I do a very thorough inspection. I make sure that all the branches are removed and the leaves and twigs and everything else that can clutter up there. I'm also looking for perhaps intrusion spots. Maybe some birds made nests or some squirrels have been hanging out there. Also, it's a great time to make sure that all the gutters are clean and that the downspouts are correct. Now, I'm in Southern California. It doesn't rain too often. However, when it does, it rains pretty good. So I always like to err on the side of caution and make sure that the downspouts are in great condition. I'm also looking at the property itself, the whole property inside and out. So I want to make sure that I'm checking for cracks or roots along the sidewalks, anything that's going to cause some sort of tripping hazard. I also want to make sure that the stairs leading up to the home, everything is in place and there's no loosening bricks or cracked mortar. Also, another thing you want to do is walk the property, put the sprinklers on, walk the property, make sure all the sprinklers are in proper condition. And that's also a good time to change your watering settings for the automatic sprinklers. Changing the home air filters is another. Now, I advise everyone to change it every 3 months, but some people only do it every 6 months. Ideally, you want to do it every 3 months. And I've also been cautioned against buying the super expensive HEPA filters. And I'm kind of on the fence about that. I guess there's pros and cons either way. Some folks say that it makes your air conditioning unit work too hard, trying to suck the air through those expensive, very dense filters. Other people say, get the best filter you possibly can to filter all the allergens. Do with it what you will. Just make sure you're changing your filters every 3 months. Leaky faucets, I can't say enough. In the colder climates, when I used to live back in Boston and in New England, leaky faucets, pipes that aren't insulated, they all lead to nasty, nasty, expensive repairs when the pipes freeze. Anytime you have any sort of leaking water, you want to take care of it straight away. Typically with a leaking faucet, depending on how old it is, it could be simple as fixing a washer. Some of the new faucets may be a little more challenging because they're all encapsulated pieces, one piece. So you definitely want to address those. So you're looking at faucets, toilets that don't flush properly or that continue to run. These are all huge water wasters. Fireplace, Southern California, again, it's pretty warm all the time. However, in the winter, it can get a little chilly, and a lot of people will focus on using the fireplace rather than the air conditioning unit in their property. So you want to make sure that the fireplace is cleaned out, there's no ashes. Maybe even get your fireplace professionally cleaned and get the flue and everything checked. You just want to make sure it's in absolute proper working order. Also, now's a great time to also make sure that you have carbon monoxide detectors installed in the property as well. Some folks, I know when I lived in Arizona, the water out there is so hard and builds up with sediment. We drain our hot water heaters a couple times a year to make sure that we flush it out. Southern California, not as bad where I am, but it is something you may want to look at as your hot water heater. Make sure that it is properly working. Make sure that the pilot light's working and coming on. The last thing you want is to wake up on a cold December morning and the hot water is not working because something malfunctioned. I remember doing this clear as day, putting the film on the windows back east to make sure that we could keep as much hot air inside the home as possible, creating a vapor barrier basically. So you want to make sure that you're checking your windows and doors, make sure there's no drafts, replacing the soft pliable molding that goes around the doors to make sure that it makes a nice clean and solid seal when you do close the doors or windows. Easy way to get hot air escaping out and cold air coming in, and for not a lot of money you can really save a lot there. You also want to make sure that you're putting away your outdoor furniture. I invested a couple years ago in some. They're expensive, so I had to save up for them. But we bought the covers that go over the furniture. Great investment. Now again, I'm in Southern California. We don't get rain or snow too often, but again, when it does, you want to make sure that things are protected. I know back east you get a lot of snow. It's nice to be able to keep that furniture protected and away from debris, away from the snow, away from the rain. Also, it's a great time to get the power tools serviced, get that lawnmower taken in for professional servicing, the trimmers, weed whackers, etc. Keeping your hand tools even nice and clean and sharpened. Now's a great time to do it, so that springtime rolls around, you're ready to go. Now, any other questions about preparing your home for seasonal changes, real estate in general, buying, selling, investing, please give me a call directly, 774-696-4293. For any more questions, comments, any way that we can help, please let us know. Look forward to all the questions and comments, and we'll talk to you real soon. Have a great day.